Hello and welcome. I'm Natalie Lennon, and this is my intro to TikTok Masterclass for accountants and bookkeepers. I'm so excited to teach you my TikTok secrets and where to start with TikTok so that you can have some of the success that I have had with TikTok and social media. Let's jump right on in. I know your time is very valuable. So you are in the right place if you're curious about TikTok, you want to learn about TikTok, you want to use social media to show up as the expert that you are, you're not sure where to start with social media and video, or maybe you're already on TikTok or other social media, but you're unsure what exactly the hell to do. But before we get into that, who am I and why am I qualified to give this advice? So my name, as I said before, Natalie Lennon. I'm a chartered accountant and tax agent. I have an accounting firm in Sydney in Australia, Two Sides Accounting. I also founded Two Sides Academy, where I'm on a mission to help accountants and bookkeepers live their best lives and build the firm of their dreams through online courses, mentoring, and my podcast, Totally Bossing It, the podcast. I've over 20 years experience working with businesses from small right up to multinational and in accounting firms. I'm a TikToker. I'm on the Zero Partner Advisory Council, keynote speaker, mentor, course creator, podcaster, tech junkie, and pug lover. That's a big mouthful. There's a lot of stuff there. But I've also had a lot of success through my TikTok. That's me on the cover of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand magazine earlier this year in 2024, about the success that I've had on TikTok. One of my TikToks has had over 500,000 views. So ask yourself when in your career you would ever get that many eyeballs on your content. Not even Taylor Swift had that many people at one of her concerts. So let that sink in. And I also have a constant stream of leads of clients wanting to work with me, and I have a wait list. So some pretty cool things that I don't want to gatekeep, I want to share with you. But don't just take my word for it. Earlier, a couple of weeks ago, a smart company reached out to me and wanted me to contribute to an article that they were doing on real world leads coming from TikTok. So, we've had on average 4 new client leads per month over the last year from TikTok alone. And they're our ideal clients that we want to work with. And then I also approached Accountants Daily to author an article myself in regards to social media and how easy it can be and why professionals need to be on it yesterday. All right. Now, social media, like anything, doesn't happen overnight. It won't just you won't just post something and you'll go viral and it'll all be amazing and you'll have all these clients straight away. It is a slow burn like anything. But before we get to how I got to where I am today, we need to go back and just give you a little bit of insight to my journey. So this is me, 2017. I've been where you are now. I was in a accounting firm. I was a 40% partner and I was just unhappy. So I decided to go it alone, sold my share and started from the bedroom of my home. That's me. And I was, thinking, what the hell have I done? This is so hard. I was networking, going to any network events I could, having coffee with anybody, that would have coffee with me. I was burnt out. And also I had imposter syndrome, right? So I wasn't as confident as I am today. I didn't have clients lining up to work with me. I had to really hustle. And so once again, that's why I want to share some of these secrets with you.
Hi, my name's Natalie. I'm from BML Partners. Who is BML Partners? BML Partners is a small
So that's me back in 2014 doing a video for the accounting firm website. Now, I don't know about you, but I think she's pretty boring. I wouldn't want to work with her. She's not telling me why I want to work with her. She's just really like any other accountant out there, right? Then I started doing, a bit of YouTube, but it took ages to edit, a couple of takes to get right. Then I moved to Instagram and, once again, it has to be perfect, so it takes too long to do. And also, videos were the same as everybody else. And then COVID hit, and that's where I started showing up as my true, authentic self. If the world was ending, I didn't care what anyone thought of me, and so I showed up.
This is a song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever.
I apologise for advance if that's not stuck in your head for the day or the week, and or if you have see, I was having fun, I was being my true authentic self. In videos, you can't pretend to be somebody else. Your audience will see it. So by me showing up as my true authentic self, I want to be funny, approachable, not your average accountant in a suit who, people don't want to talk to. It's resonated with my audience. So fast forward to today, 2024, I've got over 22,000 followers on TikTok, over 10,000 followers on Instagram. I've done over 861 videos on TikTok. So you might say I know a thing or two from TikTok, and I don't want you to spend the couple of years that I spent getting to where I am today. Here's some of my most viral videos as well. First one, 521,000 eyeballs, 146,000 eyeballs, 397,000 eyeballs, 237,000 eyeballs. So yeah, you could say that I know a thing or two about TikTok. Now, I want you to also remember, I've spent hours and hours mastering this, and it doesn't take, once you learn the fundamentals that I'm going to teach you in this masterclass and my full course, it won't take you as long. Now, people want to hear from you as well, which I think you can see from the amount of followers that are following me. People want to hear from accountants, bookkeepers. They're sick of hearing from people that are less qualified than you and younger than you. Well, they're not sick of it, but you're going to be sick of it because they're going to be taking your clients. So you don't want to let those young people and less experienced people, less qualified people like business coaches, giving accounting and tax advice. You want to be doing it. Right? So it's time for you to step up and show your ideal client what you're made of and why they should work with you. All right? So today I'm going to teach you why TikTok in particular is the new way to attract your ideal clients, how easy it is to start, where to start, differences in social media platforms, content ideas, how to create a TikTok in under 3 minutes. That's a big one. Make sure you stay for that. How to repurpose videos from TikTok onto other social media platforms, and why going viral is fun, but it's not 100% necessary or required. So why video? And look, it's not just about TikTok, but TikTok, in my opinion, was the easiest to start with and get the hang of. As I said before, I've been on Instagram for years, but I just never really cracked, the code to getting lots of eyeballs on my content. All right, so videos and TikTok builds trust and connection. You're talking to your ideal clients. So you're already, relating to your audience, you're warming them up, you're showing them who you really are. Because on average, and any marketer will tell you this, it takes someone at least 7 times seeing you and hearing you before they take that next step and purchase. So it's a bit of a process, but if you're showing up every day on their feed, you're speaking to them as if you're there in their living room, right? So it's building that rapport. So it turns the conversation around. So now clients come to me and they have to tell me why I should work with them, not the other way around. And that means I can also charge, not whatever I like, but I can still charge a premium for that. And that's another key nugget I want you to take away. You want to be able to charge your worth. This is your key to doing that. Why TikTok? So, I can be more selective now. Like I said before, I don't have to attend networking events, although I still do attend networking events. I still enjoy them, but I can be more selective. I don't have to go to every single networking and business event to try and find clients. I have a steady stream of my ideal clients, not just any old client. And I know you might be thinking, Natalie, I grow my business off referrals. I don't need marketing. Let me ask you, are your referrals your ideal client? Or are you taking them on out of responsibility to your clients? Because if they refer you a client, you feel like you've got to take them on, right? And then I also find that when you have more clients that have referred each other, let's say they try to put through a dodgy claim, you might be less likely, or it's more difficult to try and have those hard conversations for fear of them leaving and taking all their friends that they've referred as well. So we want to move away from the referrals, right? I now have more time to work on my business, do TikToks, do all this sort of stuff because I'm not out there networking, having coffees, and also, like I said before, charging more as an expert. So you want to set yourself up as an expert and get paid as one. Why TikTok? So as I said before, It was, in my opinion, easier to get the hang of. Still a relatively new app. It was established in 2016, but didn't really become sort of more popular until 2020. So now's still the time to act. You haven't left it too late, right? It's easier than other apps like Instagram, etc., to go viral and get eyeballs on your content because there's less people on there. And I also think the algorithm is a lot better. And the algorithm is what pushes your videos out to different people so that they can see your content. Now, it's not just for singing and dancing. It's less curated, though, so it is a place where you can have a bit of fun. I call it the wild, wild west of social media. And, you know, as I said, for me in COVID, I got on there doing whatever because no one was on there. The same way as maybe your friends and family are not on there. So you can go on there and you can do those videos. You know, do videos speaking to camera. Don't care what people think if they're not on there. They're not there to see it, okay? It's not like your Instagram or your Facebook where your friends and family are going to see it if that's what you're worried about. It's also shorter videos, which means you can just quickly do a video on your phone and upload it in a couple of minutes. They don't need to be those more curated YouTube type of videos, long form. I don't have time for that. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't. It's also great for SEO, so search engine optimization. So when you put the text in with your video and on top of your video, that pushes out when people are searching on Google and ChatGPT, and TikTok does get pushed up in the search engine rankings. Also, relationships with other professionals across Australia and worldwide. So I've been able to connect with, there's a crypto lawyer that I've connected with, and I really know that he knows his stuff because I've been watching his videos. So I've caught up with him in person. We've had a meeting, and now I comfortably refer clients to him that have got advanced crypto matters because I've been listening to his content for quite some time. I feel that I can trust him, right? So that's another thing to definitely think about. Also, I've had the opportunity of having a cleaning business coach reach out to me. So someone who specializes in business coaching for cleaners, and I'm now her expert accountant in her mastermind group. I got to go to Uluru earlier this year and be a keynote speaker at her conference. And I do a once a month mastermind roundtable Q&A, ask me anything, and every time I do one of those I probably get a couple of clients out of it. So these are the types of things that are coming from social media, okay? Also media opportunities like you saw before, some articles, some speaking and more, which I'll get to in a minute, but there's some of the key reasons why you should be on TikTok yesterday. Okay, so here's a bit of a summary of some of the wins that I've had. So news.com.au articles, speaking at the Accountant and Business Expo. I got to do a DocuSign influencer job, which they paid me quite handsomely, I might mention. Got on the stage at XeroCon last year, the cover of the Chartered Accountants Institute magazine, like I said earlier. I got on a current affair, which it's just the second row. You probably can't really see because my head is in front of it, but I actually got on a current affair. At the time, it was 2022, and people were talking about the low to middle income tax offset being removed, and people were losing their mind over paying, I have to pay income tax this year, and where's my tax refund? And that was trending in the media. So when I posted about it, it was going viral on TikTok, and then a current affair picked it up. So I was very excited to be asked to be on a current affair. And when I tell this story, I have to remind everybody that a current affair didn't chase me with a camera. It wasn't that type of segment. There's me at Uluru earlier this year too, where I, as I said, got to be a keynote speaker, a Daily Mail article, a Smart Company article. Yeah, the list is endless. All this stuff's pretty cool, but if you're not someone who wants any of this, then just focus on your ideal clients, which is also going to come from TikTok. Like I said, we get on average 4 leads per month from our ideal client, which is, in my opinion, quite huge.
TikTok in under 5 minutes.
All right, so this one, do you have 3 minutes free? I forgot to set this to automatically play, but what I will do is I will link this video on the landing page so that you can watch it afterwards. Basically, this is a video. This is behind the scenes, me making a TikTok. It took me less than 3 minutes to record. Obviously, a little bit more time thinking about it, preparing, maybe another 5 minutes or so. But if you have 7 minutes per day,
then I'm going to screen record to do the next
you can do a TikTok.
So that
it's not that difficult once you have the tools and the knowledge on how to do it. All right, so just remember that.
Actually, go back.
All right, so comparison of social media platforms. I'm not going to go through this in detail but you can take a screenshot. But you can see here that of the platforms where video is the main focus, which is YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, TikTok is still has less monthly users, which, as I said before, means that you get more eyeballs on your content. Building trust through video is my secret sauce. So you have to start somewhere, like anything. And you're probably thinking, Natalie, that's enough. That's enough on the why. How do we get into it? Practical steps on how we start. All right. So like I said, over and over, the only way to get good at this is to practice. If you never start, you won't feel confident. If you aren't embarrassed by your first couple of videos, and look, I think this is something that gets said for everything, right? If you're not embarrassed by your first product, your first speaking gig, your first presentation, you waited too long to do it. We wait too long to be perfect and perfect everything, but we just need to start, all right? You don't need any equipment either. Your smartphone will do. So where do we start? So think of something you're regularly helping your clients with, and then how do you help them to solve that question? Pull out your phone, record it, short video, talking to camera, keep it simple. You want to also catch their attention in the beginning. So you don't want to start with, hi, my name's Natalie. You want to jump straight into the answer. So you've got to remember, the same way that you feel overwhelmed when let's say you're on social media and you're listening to marketing people speak, or maybe a tax lawyer speak about something really high level. If they're going too in depth or it's too long, what do? You scroll on. So it's the same way with the content you want to produce. You want to hook them in the beginning. So you want to say, for example, you should register for GST if, give them three little snippets. Not, oh, as an accountant, we talk about GST, and you don't want to waffle on. You want to get into it quick and concise. Now, as accountants and bookkeepers, I feel like we also feel like we have to go into detail to make sure we get every single piece of the legislation or the rules in the video. You don't have to do that. We're just giving them a short little snippet, right? It's implied that not everything's going to be in there. And look, if you want to put that on at the end as well, you can, all right? So here's some ideas, and yes, I got the slide, let's get some ideas going on in the chat, because in the live masterclass, we were going through some ideas, but you can still workshop this yourself, right? So your homework, take a photo of this, will be to write one client question per day on a notepad or on your computer, whichever way you want to do it. I am a Mac girly, so I have my notes app on my phone linked to my laptop, so I do it on my phone and my laptop when they sync together. One idea per day. You don't want to wait until you sit down and go, okay, I'm ready to do my social media now. Where's all my ideas? Because it won't come, right? We've got a plan for this. So if you write down one little question per day, and then you set aside maybe 2 hours a week to start. Once you get, more into the rhythm, it'll be less, maybe an hour per week, 2 hours per week. Sit down and then film a couple of videos. Go through your list of the things that you need to record, your ideas, make some videos. That's as easy as it is. Breaking it down, like anything, like we tell our clients, if you want to get a financial goal of 100K in the bank at the end of the year, you want to put so much away every week, just breaking it down into those smaller goals to make it more achievable, all right? Otherwise, you'll never start and you'll just procrastinate and put it off and put it off. Another key takeaway, and if you're not already on TikTok, this won't make much sense to you, but take a photo because you will want this once you get onto TikTok. So if you ever wondered how people repurpose their videos, this is how. You don't want to be downloading them off TikTok with that ugly little watermark and then resharing it everywhere on Instagram and LinkedIn and all those types of things. In fact, I think Instagram pushes those down in their algorithm so they don't push them out as much because they're coming from TikTok. So when you're in your draft videos, you want to scroll down to more options, and then you want to make sure that save to device and save post without watermark are on, okay? Then it will automatically, when you post that video, save it to your camera roll, and you can upload it on your other social media platforms. Another tip is to always use captions for the hearing impaired, people on public transport. I think somebody said in the chat of the live masterclass, people on the toilet. If you're in a public toilet, you might want to be watching TikToks. I don't know if that's very sanitary, but I guess people do. So you want to keep enough space at the bottom of your video like this one to add the captions in. And TikTok's really good. It'll do auto captions for you. You do have to double check them and edit them because sometimes they aren't right, but it is quite quick to do it. All right. Going viral is fun. Like I said, it's good for your ego. It's fun to see that lots of people have seen your video and media might pick it up and things like that, but it's not 100% necessary. The main aim of the game is getting your ideal client leads, all right? You want to produce content that speaks to your ideal client. Some other little tricks to going viral would be to be asking a question. So doing a video that provokes people to comment on your video, because the more people comment on the video, the more TikTok pushes it out on what's called the For You page, which is like the general feed of people you don't follow on Instagram. All right, a bit of technical difficulty there.
I've done a short little overview for you on the tax cuts that are coming on the 1st of July and how they affect your take-home pay. Now, this has changed so many times, so if you Google it, you might find wrong information. You can also head over to the taxcuts.gov.au and put your own income in, and it will tell you exactly how much you're going to save. But what I've done in the table above, I've done some different salaries or gross wages, whatever you want to call it, the annual tax saving, then split it into monthly and fortnightly and weekly. So depending on how often you get paid, that's how much you're going to see in your hand from 1st of July. I've done a short little
So this is one of my viral videos that I did earlier this year,
1st of July and how they affect your take-home pay.
Time videos
now, this has changed so many times.
People don't want to hear about
you might
tax
find
all
wrong
through the year. It's
information.
boring.
You can
They
also
want to
head
hear
over to
about it when it affects them,
taxcuts.gov.au
right? So
and
that's
put
the
your
key to
own
going
income
viral.
in, and it will
Something
tell you
that's trending
exactly
in the
how
media
much you're going to
and
save.
posting about
But
it.
what
Or
I've done
something
in
that
the
people
table
are
above, I've
whinging about
done
on TikTok. So this is
some
about the
different
tax
salaries
cuts.
or gross
This video at the
wages,
time
whatever
produced
you
this
want to call it,
masterclass had over
the annual tax saving,
270,000
then split it
views.
into monthly and
I did this
fortnightly
with a
and weekly.
green
So depending on
screen
how
effect.
often you get paid,
So what I
that's how
did
much
was
you're
I
going to
made the
see
image
in
in
your
Canva,
hand from 1st of
did the
July.
little tax cuts table in Excel,
I've done a short little
screenshotted it,
overview
put it
for
into
you on the
Canva,
tax cuts that
the
are coming
tax
on the
cuts on
1st
there,
of
so
July
when
and
people are
how they
screening, they
affect
see
your
that
take-home
straight away
pay.
and they stop.
Now, this
Makes
has
them
changed
stop,
so
right?
many times.
It's
If you Google
informative.
it, you
It's
might
giving them
find
some
wrong
value.
information.
Also
You can
good
also
for
head over to
SEO
the
to see how on the
taxcuts.gov.au and
screenshot
put
I've
your
got
own
tax cuts
income
from
in, and it
1st
will
of
tell
July
you exactly
2024.
how much
That's
you're
what
going to
also
save.
pulls into
But what I've
SEO.
done in the
So if
table
you
above,
search
I've
that at
done
the time, I think it was like,
some
at
different
the top
salaries
couple
or
of
gross wages, whatever
things
you
on
want to
Google
call
search,
it,
which is
the
huge,
annual
and that
tax
helps as
saving,
well. So
then
there's a
split
number
into
of
monthly
key
and
little
fortnightly
tips
and
for
weekly. So
going
depending
viral,
on
and I
how
do
often you
go
get
into
paid,
that a bit
that's
more
how much you're
detail
going
in
to
my full
see
course,
in your
but
hand
there's a couple
from
of little
1st of
snippets
July.
for you. All right, so as I've said a couple of times, there's younger and less qualified accountants and bookkeepers than you taking your clients, not because they're better than you, but because they are showing up in front of your audience. Just because I'm showing up doesn't mean I'm a better accountant than any of you. Doesn't mean I'm a better bookkeeper than some of the bookkeepers on the call. In fact, I'm sure the bookkeepers would be saying, hang on a minute, Natalie, we're heaps better than you because you're an accountant and accountants can't do bookkeeping. Everybody knows that. But you get what I'm trying to say, okay? So are you ready to stop letting the excuse of being busy stop you from working on your business and propelling you forward? I want you to step up and take charge of the next stage of your business. I want you to ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready for my full course, TikTok Basics for Accountants and Bookkeepers? It's a short online self-paced course. It's about an hour and a half of watch time, maybe another hour of checklists and worksheets, because you've got to do your ideal client and your niche before you get into your marketing. Like, you've got to do the fundamentals first, all right? And like I said before, it's going to build a brand. You're going to get more clients. You're going to establish yourself as an expert and get paid as one, all from the comfort of your own home without spending hours and hours trying to work out TikTok yourself. So what's inside? 4 modules, 15 videos, like I said before, short, sharp, to the point. I don't like to waffle on. I'm an accountant. I'm busy. I don't like doing those courses where people waffle on about crap and you're like, okay, skip forward. The videos are short. I think maybe the longest video is 7 minutes, all right? So we're going to do checklists and worksheets. Going to go through where to start, so personal branding, target market, niche, setting up your TikTok account, so how to set it all up, what's the best way to go about it. Then we jump into the content creation strategies, so what makes content stand out on TikTok, video ideas, questions, how you can actually answer people's questions with videos on TikTok, and how you can engage with your audience, and then how to record and edit. So equipment, if you want to get extra equipment, although you don't need it, but I've listed out the key things that I like to use. editing tips, the effects, which effects I use, how to use them, and then other growth strategies and how to read the TikTok analytics, as well as a couple of bonuses. So some of my viral TikToks and my secrets as to why they went viral, my tips on building confidence on camera. There's a whole video on tips to do that if that's something that you're struggling with. And we've also got a Facebook group that you can join to get inspiration, ideas, and ask any questions. Don't just take my word for it once again. There's a couple of testimonials here. So we've got Rebecca. Starting a TikTok presence as a zero bookkeeping and business advisory firm was daunting. The course was a game changer. I dedicated a Saturday evening to the course, which was impressively structured and easy to follow. With my phone in hand, I navigated through the lesson step by step. Practical advice, exactly what I needed. Not only informative, but also incredibly relevant for anybody in the industry. It's equipped me with the confidence to kickstart my journey on TikTok. Highly recommend. Love the course. I just need to get my shit together and start filming. I liked how it's structured, short videos, workbooks, practical tips, no fluff, short, sharp to the video, to the point. Loved all of it. Loved the course. Saved me a lot of time, 100% worth it. What else have we got? Taught me everything I needed. Say no more. Shut up and take your money, hey? So are you ready? If you are ready, I'm so excited to have you join me. We need more accountants on TikTok, all right? We're going to establish your personal brand and set you up as the expert to have a constant stream of leads from your ideal client and not just from a referral, to charge your worth and get the opportunities to speak on stage. It's the perfect time now. It's never been better. You should have done it yesterday. Click the link below and sign up. Don't think about it because I'm an accountant just like you as accountants and bookkeepers. I know we're busy, and if we put this in the later box, it's never going to happen. So I challenge you, click the button and sign up now. See you on the inside.